Microphone check, microphone check. What's up, beautiful people? This is Pope with Docta Trading. We got a really busy day ahead of us right now. I'm getting off to a late start, so do not let me waste any more of your time, and let's just jump right into it before the market opens. We have 5 minutes until market opens. So right now we know that futures market is leading us in the downward direction with the Dow Jones at 1.06% down. The S&P 500 futures are 1.21% down, and NASDAQ 1.4% down, Russell 1.52% down, while the VIX is up 4.68%. We're seeing some movement in the energy sector, mainly in natural gas to the upside at 4.95% up, while the Brent oil is down 2.98%. So it's $93.84 a barrel as of last pricing. So I wanted to open up this day real quick. You know, we don't have too much until stock market gets kicking off for us here. And it's going to be a big one. Today is the first day for AMC APE shares. Are you guys ready and excited? I am. Except you might not be too excited when you see that share price over there looking at AMC in the pre-market here. It's one of those days. So let's take a look here. Markets are just about to fire up, so we'll bring up these charts. How's everybody's weekend? It's a lot of amazing news trickling over the weekend, I tell you what. We're going to cover it all today. And as I'm setting everything up here, I'm going to give a little shout out to all the content creators that have ever done a live stream or made anything like this in your life. I tell you what, it's no joke every single day to get up and get all this stuff ready. I worked a little late on getting my new ticker symbol going for the bottom text, so now we have live scrolling news instead of anything before. So one step forward, one step back, because geez, I gotta tell you, it is a lot to get a production together and sit up and talk with everybody. So let me know how y'all doing. Everybody looking forward to this trading day. I know we're in the red, but that don't mean we can't smile like it's green. We have so much to cover. This is just too much. All right, so we're about to see our first pricing in of the APE share, which I think is going to be interesting here as well. And we're noticing the bank stocks down right now. Bank of America down 2.2% in pre-market. And I got to tell you, it seems a little early, a little hard, and a little fast. To see this market pulling back this quickly. I think this will be a swing type of day rather than some sort of just straight down. It just feels like a fairly violent move to the downside as we come into market open with only 2 minutes left till market kicks off right now, and we are going to see how the fireworks fire off today. If we have enough time, I'll just want to go over this one amazing article that I read this morning. I just thought it was really, really fitting as we come into the first day of APE being traded by AMC, which we always thought the reason why the offering of this private equity APE share might actually really help us police synthetic shares comes out today on the same day that I see this article where our big daddy GG, Gary Gensler, is got his famous first stab at making his own regulatory action, and I find that so ironic. It says here, big banks expect to rack up more than $1 billion in fines for WhatsApp use. Yep, that's right. Here you heard it here first. All that talk about Gary Gensler and everything he was going to do to bring the hammer down is really not the case. It says right here, you can see, the penalty was one of the first major enforcement actions brought on by SEC Chair Gary Gensler. So I don't know how, maybe a year and a half almost we've had this guy, and this is, the penalty was one of his first major enforcement actions brought on by the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, and what was it? He slapped everybody on the wrist for using WhatsApp instead of a documentable streaming. Everybody uses WhatsApp. Unbelievable. Thanks a lot, Gary. Thanks for all your hard work. We're out here trying to figure it out on our own, so thank you very much anyway. And where do those fines go anyway? I never seen a dime of those fines. Did you? And we're rolling right into opening market. Ding, 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 ding. We gotta get a little bell or something like that on the soundboard. And let's just move this into the 15-second chart so we can see ourselves some of this beautiful price action at a closer scale. And as always, if you have any tickers or anything like that you want to take a look at throughout the day, be happy to oblige. Do any type of analysis, news, we could review what's going on. And right off the bat, we got to jump right on down, just leading into the momentum already. And we're sitting in a SPY at the 416.83 range. We got the QQQs at the 318.50 range. Apple at 169.84, which I said watch out once it blows past 170. But with with morning action that we've got right now, we could see it, tip tap on that 170 right now, test it out, see if it wants to break. We're seeing a big pullback in finance and banking as represented here, as you can see, by the Bank of America being pulled up and the FAZ, which is a bearish financial trending, that is up 5% in the morning. Now remember, that's highly leveraged, but still, it's fairly significant. All right. Jams are pretty strong in my ear right there. I gotta pull that back. I just started acting like I was at a live show or something. All right. Oh, I wish I had got started earlier. I had so many articles listening for you guys, but we're gonna cover it all later in the day. It's just right now we want to keep an eye on price action, see what's going on. Let me know if you're making any trades today. And I think I'm going to be making some trades today. I'm going to get a little bit more active with the paper trading concept that I started working on last week. I think it'll be fun. And if you remember last week, we traded Mind Medicine and took it all the way down into the close. Then we closed out that position. I believe we got somewhere in the 14% range. And I opened up a short on this other company that we'll look into a little bit earlier, FRHC, in the morning hours. It was just because it had a particular gap. It wasn't anything too amazing going on there. But we have some new watch lists to go over. I'm already drying up. We're only 3 minutes in. And did some research over the weekend into non-bank mortgage lenders and what kind of impact they could have on mortgage-backed securities going forward. Just kind of looking for the bubble and where it might. And we get our first chance to peek over at APE shares pricing out. There they are. Nothing yet, priced at a halt of $7.30. That's exciting. All right, let's bring this up to now. We're also seeing major actions in all the other squeezability buddies. I'm gonna bring that playlist up in a little while. We had a big pullback on BBVY, and now it's trying to make a run back up. And currently down at 10.87% on the day. AMC down 39.37% on the day. Of course, some of that being a trade-off in value over to the APE shares. So it's not a down of 40% at all. It's actually we look at this, if APE is priced out right now at $7.30, we're currently down $7.13. So that would actually say that we are up on the day. And we're seeing this halt here on APE right in the first minute. And I want to know more about that halt. It looks like what we started the day off was at 6.93. And we went to 7.30 and halted. The volume on that was 13,000. Oh boy, we got a lot to watch here. This is amazing. SPY and Qs pulling back even more heavy from their pre-market action, making it all real. Whatever we saw in pre-market's getting real right now, I tell you what. And you'll always see my thumbnails. My thumbnails are going to be a clue as to what kind of action we have in the pre-market. If you see double red, that's a double red day. That's what you saw for a thumbnail today. On days when it's roughly sideways or just trading at zero, you're going to see green red. And on days when we're full bullish, you're going to see all green in the thumbnail. It's just going to be a little signal for y'all every single day. You're going to kind of know what to expect before you even click on the video. All right, SPY's trying to find its level right here at 415.96. It tapped off right there and bounced off fairly well. We're still only 6 minutes into trading day, so remember, patience is a virtue in trading. Just let's let this day play out. We have an extreme down from the market here. There's no way I would be surprised to see us fire up in a bullish sentiment after pulling back this much, especially with this much volatility coming into us. And on a day like today, it's for me, it's fairly unexpected to see us pull back this much in the markets. It really is. And I think it might be good for us to bounce on over and look at some of our deep details on the I try to bring this up. Hopefully this works for everybody today. We're going to bring up a new charting system. This is Fidelity. And what it is I really enjoy working through the watch lists here. And some people find that the Fidelity interface is a little bit antiquated for them. I, of course, grew up with this antiquation. And so I'm kind of used to it. And I wanted to show you guys how, with natural gas being up 5% this morning, we're seeing this oil up very, very high at 116.17. So like if I zoom out on the 6-month chart here on oil, you're going to see that our peak that we ever hit was 114, but these were very rare jumps up in prices. And as you can see, volume profile sticking in. We've just broken through a major volume profile and just gapped right on up. So the story about energy right now isn't oil, it's natural gas. But natural gas is always the one that they start with first before they start prepping for the winter with other things. Then it'll be heating oil soon. But with Europe looking to pull back and the euro being losing value at the same time that they're going to have to handle natural gas for the winter, we're going to see a huge spike in energy coming into the winter, people. Just get ready and keep it on your charts. That's why I've got these commodities up right here. Now, I want to bring us over to what we might call our Squeezability Buddies playlist right here. And you can see major heavy action on all sides. You can see AMC, wow, is down. Okay, so it's really running up. Let's take a look here. It's responding very well so far to the volatility. This is a day to analyze AMC really, because this goes to the whole concept. We are live right now with synthetic shares that could just be floating out there, and there's no APE share to follow up with it. So I can't wait to see. Okay, so APE just went to $8.95. APE shares just went to $8.59. It's on another halt. All right, let's check this out. All right, that's all we got for data so far. We just have that opening up just around 7. Now it's at 8:59. AMC at 11:11. Let's just rock it for good luck. About 11:15. And it's having a lot of price action now. So what else we're seeing here, at least any green, we're seeing MyMed up 7.82%. So now that I got my short-term short out of there, I actually think we're going to bring this over. I think I'm going to grab some long-term mind med. All right, this is going to be something I'm going to keep on the list for a little while, just because there's some other research. This is MNMD. And it came as low, and I wish I had just caught it at 87 cents, 82. See, I know this is a penny stock. I'm not recommending you don't do what I do. And remember, this is my paper trading account. But I do want to see Mind Med on its way up to 105, maybe 110 again over the next month or two, as they have some new action coming into their price action here. So taking a look here, I've done really good on my FRC. This was something that to me was just, very clear it was going to pull back. So I did a short-term trade, but I didn't do it on the live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out, go ahead and close off that position right there in FRHC, because that was that wasn't a trade that we did together. All right, AMC showing a lot of love in this moment, having a nice little boom boom candle running up from that 1111. Thank you, wish you to continue. And AMC is on a halt at 1180. This is exciting. That's what I wanted to see. All right, beautiful people. All right, beautiful. Let's get over to those charts. Check this out. All right, we got APE in the middle, AMC in the bottom left. Make sure if you got any tickers you want to cover or look at, you let me know. And we are just getting into it now. All right, this is very exciting. GME picking back up, looking strong at 35.33 from its pre-market lows, as well as low as 33.80. Up to 35.38 right now, and this is very exciting. Okay, so we've got a 1, 2, 3, fourth halt on APE so far, and we're currently at $8.59. $8.59, while AMC is at $11.80. So that would give us over a $20. We're doing all right, people. We're doing all right. Strength is right there. Now remember, it's still early. Stay patient, stay funky, stay loose. Who knows what's going to happen? We're still seeing that the SPY and the Qs have stayed low. They're consolidating here, so they're finding their levels at the 416.24. And like I said, with this abrupt, strong move down, unless you're just seeing unbelievable, crazy weakness in Apple, which we are, 168.72, and it never actually really retested that 170 resistance line. It didn't even get there. And we're seeing that pull back. So if we see Apple show some real strength in there, we might see these markets recover. Otherwise, they're going to continue to consolidate as is. All right. Tesla pulling back, now down 2.17% on the day. All right. We do have some actionable levels here for the SPY. We've got some notifications coming on in, and yeah, look at this. So we have both AMC and APE on a halt at the same time. All right, feels like a bumpy wild ride so far. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna take a look around the horn while we keep an eye close on these charts. Okay, APE is opened. Halt is off on APE. Currently, it's not reporting on Webull, but it's reporting on Fidelity. This is another good reason to have both. Okay, and looks like we hit 922 and back to the halt. 922 on the up, back to the halt, back to the halt. All right, we went as high. That candle went as high as $9.80, but it did have a rejection wick. Okay, there was a rejecting wick right there off that top. You can see how that came in. So it came in hot, pulled on back down. Then, all right. So careful now. This halt, this might be our range. We might be getting to our range unless something real buck nasty is about to happen to us. We're gonna see. All right, Tesla pulling back to lows. Okay, we had the SPY and the Qs pull back, basically retrace from a really big volatile pull down. We have almost 15 minutes into the trading hour currently right now. Tesla's showing weakness. We're seeing that the major indices are trading in line with Apple right now. It's good for us to know that. And we want to take a look at the banking sector, see if it's recovering at all from its pre-market downs. And just because we want to know what kind of weight the banking sector is going to have on the day. And since when we first opened, it's roughly about the same. When we first opened, the FAS was at 5% up, and now it's 4.87%. So they're roughly the same right now. AMC and APE shares are on a halt. Let's double check and see if AMC opened back up. Still on a halt for AMC. It feels like one of those days where there's just going to be so many different market mechanics going on at the same time that anything could catch you really off guard and surprise. It really is. This is a day to be patient, to watch, to get as much data as you possibly can. Really take it careful. Be careful with your trades today. That's what I'm saying, people. I'm saying be careful as you go along, because this is a day where they can rug pull you. All the signs are leading up there. The narrative over the weekend was extremely bearish, and everyone's expecting that bearish trend. But meanwhile, we're seeing, still bullishness in the options chain for these major indices, and that at the same time as we're seeing UVXY spike to the upside. So AMC off its halt, ran up really high, as much as $12.30. Now it's pulling back. It's at the $11.80 range, which is roughly right where it halted at. APE is still halted at $9.22. So we are currently getting the price action for the first time on the APE shares, preferred equity share offering from AMC, and now we're seeing a run up. Look at these boom boom candles on AMC coming on back. All right, we're at $12.31. AMC looking strong. Let's see what happens when APE opens up from its most recent volatility halt. Speaking of which, I think we better get the volatility halt stuff up. So you guys keep an eye on the chart. All right, so we're gonna get the volatility halt breakdown for every single one of these trades today to see exactly why. Which type of volatility halt it is for the New York Stock Exchange. All right, we'll let that load up. Come back over, take a look at these charts. AMC on another halt again at $12.72. All right, that's down 29.41% on the day. Well, in the meantime, we've currently seen the APE shares open up at $7.07 on the morning, hit a low of $6.93, and are as seen as high as $9.76. The volume on that is 1.46 million so far. That's as opposed to AMC. Right, much less volume than AMC. We're seeing that pullback on SPY and the Qs. This is that range that we're trying to figure out. And remember, we're still early. You wonderful day trading beautiful people. You make sure you stay patient. Wait for your pocket aces. Wait for your perfect setup. Identify your trade. If you're not quite sure about it, ask your stock doctor. I'm here to help. APE shares open up. We're off our halt. Currently at, look at this volatility right there. That's incredible. Incredible action. Back and forth, back and forth. Ran as high as 1049, almost immediately off that halt, and doubled its volume. All right, look, we've checked this out. We've seen SPY pull back to the same consolidation levels here, and that is a sign of a double bottom. And it's still early, still not a lot of details. We could see this consolidate here, very likely. But we'll see this bounce up into the VWAP again. on a halt at $9.50 on APE shares. AMC's at $12.72. All right, the previous close on AMC was $18.02. So, watch out now, but it's so far so good. So we would be currently up 18, so we'd be up almost $5. So we'd be up, almost 20% on the day right now if you include APE and AMC. For real? All right, let's see what happens, people. But they're trying to sort this situation out right now. The algorithms aren't going to know what to do with the APE shares. And the volume is just crazy. AMC and APE. Halt. APE at $9.50 now. AMC, $12.72. And we are just rocking, show stopping. And this time, everybody, somebody's clocking. Because our dividend's getting some attention. All right, now we have seen that breakdown on the SPY, as I was mentioning. The double bottom isn't always an indicator that we're going to break on through. No way. But that particular time, expecting volume to come in the way it has, being 21 minutes into the trading hour for the day. And thank you for joining me, by the way. I really just expected to see this breakdown, and let's watch it either consolidate or continue its trend down, because this is a first trend we've established for the day so far on the major indices, and it's looking very similar to how Apple is trading, and it's also Tesla as well. So we're going to bump on up over here and get over to some more watch list reviews, right? We've already established how the banking sector is doing. I just want to see if we're seeing any greens on our long terms. And it's looking pretty red there, people. I mean, this is a really bearish day. We don't have a lot buoying the market. We also have some very interesting earnings coming up for us this week. NVIDIA is something to get ready for as we wait into Friday for the Jackson Hole speech from Jay Powell. I don't think you should expect too much about that. That's their time to kick back, relax, and have a good time. They're not probably going to bounce too much news at us that day, but I'm going to be here covering it with y'all in live action. So if they got any surprises for us, I'll be here to let you know. AMC is still on its halt. We've got BAC in the middle there. I switched over to another section of Webull, and we've got that halt again for the APE shares. As long as you continue seeing this strength in FAS, you're going to see weakness in most markets as well. So if you see weakness in top right, Apple, and bottom left, FAS, and you see strength in FAS, you're going to see that weighting down the markets. Now, we're trying to find a new support line at 415.65. Let's just call it 1450 because we're ranging into that sector. And this is looking to me to be a significant level. All right, so let's see how long we consolidate here. Right now, we've got so much volume and so much swings going on. But this is looking like a very nice setup right now. And this would probably be something that you want to wait on because you want to see how long it consolidates here. But this has room to the upside, even if it's still downtrending. You know what I mean, Jack? All right. Nickel not even pricing in on this commodities chart right here. I find that hard to believe. Okay, we're seeing the DUG ETF on the way up. That's a bearish ultra short oil and gas. Of course, this ticker right here, BOIL, doesn't get this high very often without some sort of pullback or concern. All right, so this is an area where you, unless you continue to see the underlying futures of the commodity really rising, I'd say BOIL's very high right now. This keeps going up. It's certainly alarming for the entire economy because natural gas, I think, is going to be one of those triggers within the commodity range. And we're going to talk a little later about one of the other triggers that I think could happen within the real estate sector. That's going to be non-bank mortgage lenders like Rocket and others like that. Let's go ahead and pull that list up for you right now. I was taking a look at this over the weekend, and I identified this list of 3, 6, 8 tickers that we might want to keep an eye on as heading down. Certainly they're down so far. The first one here being Velocity Financial. The second one being the FRHC, the one that I showed you that I shorted in pre-market. Western Alliance, which is a little bit of a different cat than the rest of them. We have Santander Bank, which is South American bank that is involved in a lot of mortgage writing. We have Loan Depot, Rocket Companies, NerdWallet, and LendingTree. These should be the more obvious on the list. And reason being is that we're starting to see a lot more warehouse lending go on right now in order for these people to maintain their books. And I think it's the weak spot because it doesn't seem like anybody wants to buy the MBS, mortgage-backed securities, that the Fed's trying to sell right now. All right, bouncing back on over to our APE and our AMC. We did see AMC pull back from its last halt, which went to 1270, and now we're at a halt again at 1235. We've pulled back on APE for the first time, which is at 912 right now, and trading in its first consolidated pattern that we've seen in the history, in the lifetime of the APE. The beautiful APE share. We will write songs, we will dance stories and jigs and tell tales to our families about the day that the APE share rolled out and we were able to police all of the synthetic shares, the failure to deliver. You cannot stop us any longer. Okay, it's a little dramatic. I don't think we're going to get that kind of level of policing that we would like. But we can have fun with it while we're at. Right now those algorithms are having a hard time dealing with this APE share. And that's what these halts are all about. All right, it's saying that we're open. We're at APE share at $8.70 with AMC halted currently right now. Look at that run up. Oh, I had a good call off that level. If you ended up taking that trade, you're probably pretty happy with the stock doctor right there because we did identify that level right there and we're seeing a nice run up on that swing. Told you to be patient, but those who didn't wait for it, congrats, enjoy. All right, we are just 28 minutes into the trading hour, and it has been a doozy already. We've already seen substantial price actions with at least 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities to make actions on a day trade or a scalp. Whether you took advantage of it or whether you are waiting for your range, I just say cheers to you. Now notice that what we're doing here is we're bouncing off some technical indicators an awful lot here, right? We're seeing that this is getting to the 200 days, the VWAPs, these are having an effect. So we are heavily under the influence of algorithmics and high frequency trading right now. So watch your butts. What I think maybe the best rule for this might be is generally when we're under a constraint of heavy high frequency trading, they're going to trade in the way that profits the most, which that means if like the options chain is very bearish, they're gonna go bullish and flip the premiums on us, and vice versa. So always keep an eye for the trickery at foot. AMC has opened back up now at $12.08. All right, and we still got an APE share or two in our back pocket, don't we? All right. So I would be assuming that not too many apes are trading APE right now. I mean, throw a mention in the comments if you're trying to day trade this sucker right now. I wouldn't. I mean, I'm just holding and watching and observing. I want to see what goes down. I want to keep it easy. All right, so getting back over to the SPY real quick, you want to see this 416.36 seems to be the top of a little bit of a consolidation range right now. We're testing that range out. So it breaks out here. We're going to run back up at least to VWAP. I mean, it looks like we have the strength to get to VWAP. Our VWAP right now is currently on the 416.50. And that seems to be a key level right there. Whether we consolidate our way there or continue up this short-term trend, we certainly have broken out of the initial trend that we established for the day, which was lower lows and lower highs. And we're starting to get in that other direction. So let's make sure we keep an eye on that, beautiful people. Make sure you're always looking over to the top right to see what Apple's doing. Noticing that Apple has a big effect on this whole market. I'm going to bring up some of the other big boys for us to take a look, see what else is holding us up. We see Microsoft is looking fairly similar to Apple in an overall sense. And Microsoft is just leading the down is all right now at $279.95. Now remember, we have a Tesla split this week. We're going to go 3 for 1. We're going to have a whole new trading price on Tesla. Okay, Amazon having a big pullback right now. We're seeing a market-wide pullback. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, all pulling back with the same ding-dong candles, leading the SPY and the NASDAQ to pull on back just as well. And, all right, let's take a look at what else we got going on around the horn. Oh, look at that. We're coming back to those levels. Look at that. All right, so that was a good opportunity to take profit on a short-term scalp there. And now, we just came down to a critical support level for the day right now, and we're sitting right there at 415.95, just a little bit of it. And this is not your pocket aces right now. This is a moment to wait and let it play out after that big pullback. Right now, we can see that it's just reversed its upward trending fashion over the short term and definitely has broken right back into the downward trend that he had earlier. So misspoke on that. But what we'll have to see is if this is able to make a new all-time low on the day for SPY. So we'll take a look here. Amazon's certainly not helping them out. Apple is consolidating a bit in a range. We've got AMC off its halt right now, trading at $12.23. And APE shares is halted at $8.70 currently. All right, so bouncing over, we're looking at Amazon here, right at $133.93. But what we want to do is also look over at, I want to bring up something like a Walmart. I do think it's in the green, but not too much, down 0.56% on the day. All right, we can put this over in the watch list off to the top here. So far, Pepsi is the only one up, even Berkshire Hathaway down 1.2% on the day. And it's Twitter's showing surprising strength at the $43.50 range. That's an interesting one. I wouldn't trade it. It's not one I would trade. And here we are at this range with the SPY that we were just talking about, and it's consolidating there as we're seeing Apple try to pull back a little bit more, showing weakness. But this particular range right here, not for me. All right, I'm gonna bounce back over to the Fidelity chart. So they help me get a better idea just even it's just the watch list that I take a look at here. It just really helps me see kind of overall what's going on in the market. All right, we're seeing a lot of volume and the profile volume for APE coming in at that $9. So it seems like this little consolidation range for the APE shares is going to be somewhere around the $9. Seems like that's what they're going to agree on. Okay, so we're seeing a mix in the sector for China stocks right now. Pinduoduo being up 2.61, whereas its counterpart in that category right now is Lucid. LCID down to $16.14 on the day. We're going to take a look at small caps are going to be really bearish, and this is a reverse. These are inverse bullish, so these are bearish ETFs right there, some of them being leveraged. Let's see what's happening in commodities. We can keep a heavy eye on that. We're seeing pullback, as I was mentioning earlier. It was most likely to do. We're seeing a energy bear. Okay, so energy pulling back, oil pulling back, gold pulling back. Real estate bear is up, so real estate is pulling back. Lithium is getting a little bit bullish there, along with rare earth metals. Nickel is flat on the day. I mean, I'm not understanding this chart. Is there some story behind nickel right now? Because if you guys remember, I told you guys that it's one of those suspect commodities that earlier this year had one of the most unbelievable stories of market manipulation ever. Oh, look at the volume profile switching over into the $9.60 range. So we are moving on up on the APE shares, moving on up. And let's see, bringing up some of the other long terms from the long-term list. Over here, everything bloody red. All right, I just wanted to take a look at our quote-unquote meme stocks. MindMed being the bullish sentiment for the day. BBBY has come back into the green after a big pullback. That's showing some absolute strength. All right, let's get that over to the chart just so we can take a look at that real quick. That is some real strength right there. Look at that run up on BBBY. 940 all the way. Wow. All right, that's shorts covering, most likely. You'd have to say with that volume, it would look like shorts covering. Seeing some of those oil plays squeezing off a little bit. 974 on the APE share, while BBBY hovers in on 1111, looking to make a wish. Nvidia's got a bit of a pullback here, down 2.5% on the day at 174. Let's keep an eye on these levels heading into earnings later this week. APE is on a halt. APE is on another halt. Let's get over and check that out. Halt. 974. AMC is off its halt, showing a bullish trending flag. It's like a bullish pennant, and $12.50 roughly. All right, we've seen highs as much as $13 on the day, so we want to be testing those limits before we started shaking a leg and calling our grandma. But it's looking good. Looking good. AMC as a whole is responding pretty well to this new news of the APE share, as you can see right here. Responding pretty well. $11K. Keep it rocking, brother. Hope everything is well with you too, man. Just checking out the APE share over here. Halt. Double halt, triple halt, halting again. AMC even halted several times. Right now it's running right at $12.32. Hope you guys are enjoying the new live action news ticker. Instead of me like constantly having something like just like half written in there from the day before, you're gonna get live ticks. You're gonna get news that I don't even have right into your gullet. I hope you enjoy it, beautiful humans. All right. All right, let's see what kind of price action. AMC still consolidating in there at that $12.52 range. APE shares on the halt. We got to get looking around the market, see what else is going on. Can't put too much time in just any one thing. No, oh no, beautiful people. D-whack on a D-whack-attack. Getting our big old pullback. 29.75 right now, down 0.72%. Now, where do you find your green today? Where's the green? The green is in trading your market on the short term and understanding that we've got bullish and bearish cycles happening at the same time. And you just got to know what kind of day you've got, and you can trade down. You can find green in every market. Remember, on the way down, you can make money. Way up, you can make money. And as I say that, you're seeing the SPY break on down break on down. Like I said earlier, we double bottomed out, broke through that double bottom, done it again now, and that's a lot of weakness right there, people. The level that we want to look at here, let's double check that. Look at the strength on 415.53. I mean, isn't that perfect break point for both options? Okay, so it's just that looks like a liquidity sweep right there, people. In case you want to know what that looks like, that's like what it is. Now, what confirms that is a consolidation back in this 416 range, right at the lower band of VWAP. We will take a look. AMC not halted. APE halted at $9.74 right now. We will take a look. That. Oh, there we go. That's the baby. And we're taking a look here at New York Stock Exchange halts just to see why APE is halting and why AMC is halting. There could be volatility halts. There could be all sorts of data on that. So let's see. Time displayed, Eastern Standard Time. That's still loading right there. Let's take a look around the horn for any particular news coming on in. I don't know if you noticed, but cryptocurrencies roughly flat after pulling back really heavily from last week on Thursday and Friday. And we've pretty much been consolidating in the 21K range for Bitcoin and 1.5, 1,500K for Ethereum. It's a whole new world for cryptocurrency right now. Gotta keep an eye on it. Yeah, we're seeing that natural gas pull back on the futures front just a little bit. Oil showing lots of weakness along with decarbonization and gasoline. That's encouraging. It's encouraging for the CPI information. We certainly should see, if this continues like this, we should see a pretty nice pullback on inflation on the next CPI print, which will be coming out in September. Okay, that is still loading. So while that pulls up, make sure we keep a close eye on these beautiful charts. Okay, yep, there we go. See it here on the SPY. See how we're consolidating in on that range? They ran that liquidity sweep on us, dropped us back on down. Now we're ranging out at that 415.65. That's just above their range there. Okay, APE share is off of its halt, right now trading at $9.87. Having a little bit of a consolidation / possible pullback as we see AMC leading the charts as well in a similar fashion. I wouldn't say they're trading all that differently right now. I'd say that AMC and APE, in their own sense, even though the APE is halting so much, I'd say they're trading very much in line, which is something we're going to keep an eye. As SPY sits there and ranges out, this range being the 415.50 all the way up to the 415.75. This is a liquidity sweep. We'll look for us to break out of that after there's a bit more consolidation here. We still have maintained our downward trend on the day. It's weakened out. It does feel like we're finding a bottom, even though we're just coming in about 45 minutes into the trading day so far. And I have not even really been able to get around the market as much as I would like, just because there is so much action right here in front of us right now. AMC pulling back to the $12 range, hitting a key level of support. We're going to see if it breaks down or bounces off of that. How is lithium EV stocks doing? They're a little bit mixed in trading with not too much trading. This is a new watch list for us. It's basically lithium plays. And I think we're going to see some crunching up of that commodity in the coming months, and I want to be keeping an eye on it. Most of my watch lists are things I might not trade for several days or for several months before I really know, but I like to watch them every single day and understand how they behave. Okay, just looking for some strength somewhere. Okay, I mean, fertilizer stocks are having just a little bit of green, but still plenty of red pulling them back too. All those mortgage lenders pulling back really strong. Why is this not open? Is this brand new? Let me get the news on that one. Talking about Velocity Financial, the non-bank mortgage lending sector. Let's go check out big banks. Still showing weakness, but roughly the same. Still, this is, some of their lows for the day. Credit Suisse is probably going to be leading this charge down. Oh no, surprisingly not. Surprisingly, Deutsche Bank and Citigroup are down almost 3%, much more. Bank of America as well. And there it goes. All right. So SPY did its breakdown, but not much. Not much. Okay. So let's keep an eye on volume here, people, because we're right at that range, 415.50. Look for strength. Look for that moment of strength. This might be an opportunity to be bullish on it, but we haven't really seen enough of a break in our trend to really confirm that. This is one of those moments where you say, oh yeah, I can trade this. This is going to swing up. It may. But you be careful. Right? Because this is it's not showing that strength. It's just, you'd assume that after that much weakness, it would bounce right on back up. We're here in that range, and it's consolidating. Consolidating means waiting people out. Drop people off. At whichever price they will capitulate at. Okay, watch out for this trap. Watch out for the SPY trap. All right, let's go back over to APE. I don't need to watch fast. APE is at a halt at $9.49 currently right now. AMC is pulling back. It's $11.73 currently. I want to remind you all, we closed the day at 1804 on AMC. Last Friday at the end of business cycle. So if you add up $9.50 to $11.74, you will quickly discover that AMC is up on the day, and so you would be too. All right, see that breakdown pattern on SPY right now? You see this, guys? You see how it's consolidating and ranging out on us right now? This is a key level. And they're trying to break it down. Right? So this means, I have a feeling that the pattern in the options chain was to expect a scalp of calls to the bullish side, and they're trying to sweep that out immediately. They're trying to expect that like, there was a lot of buyers I expect that came in, and I mean options buyers when I say this, at the 415.50 level, and they're literally sweeping that level out right in front of it, just trying to get anybody that's just not sure or set a very tight stop loss. They'll just sweep right on through and get you. This is we're testing like our low for the day right now. It's $415.33 actually, is that sweet breakdown. And it wants to break down more. Look at this. Too many people went bullish on the day. Okay, AMC off its Ape share off its halt. Right now trading at $9.22. Last halt, it stopped at $9.49. All right, did we get our halts loaded up? We did. All right, so bouncing on over here, beautiful humans. We're gonna see Ape. We're gonna hit if you're ever checking this out, right? You hit Control F and look for your ticker, right? So last halt we got was an LULD pause. Limit up, limit down, pause for the current day. All right. So that has been the case every time for AMC and for the Ape shares. So we have a total of 6 halts so far, perhaps 7 on Ape so far, and then for AMC, let's see, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, but half of those have to be. So we've got only 3 halts on AMC for the day, and 6 halts for Ape. All right, let's get back to the chat. All right. Yep, AMC SPY breaking down past its all-time low for the day, and I mean the next support line is 415. That's a pretty easy level right there to identify. Let's see. Okay. Ape shares just opening back up. We are seeing a consolidation. Now what I would expect with both of these right now is to have another run up in the next 20 minutes to 30 minutes. We will see. I think that AMC will test the lower band of VWAP right here around $11.20. And I think we'll fire up from there. But we will take a look. SPY finding key levels of support at 415 and any range in between the 415 to 415.30. Ranging out. It's an opportunity for sure, one way or the other. It's going to continue to break down or it's going to break up. I don't think this consolidation pattern is going to last much more. I think we have probably 10 more minutes of looking at this before we see a significant move in the SPY. Right now we're currently 52 minutes into the trading day, and we have had a rocky start if you're just joining me now, and it has been a lot of fun. I gotta tell you, Ape shares have halted 6 times, AMC shares halted 3 times. We have SPY down 1.63%, the Q's down 2.06%. Oh my God. Apple down 1.6%. Morgan Stanley down 2.39%. We're going to bring up JP Morgan in the bottom left right now so you can take a look. All right, and how about that? But Ape not bouncing off its lower band of VWAP right here, $9, and showing some strength with the only detail that we have ever had. What's crazy? This stock just started trading, a few minutes into the day, and all of a sudden it's bouncing off indicators that it's had in existence for a total of 52 minutes of the lifetime of this ticker, which is the total lifetime of the ticker, and now it's bouncing off VWAP. Whoa. You don't think we got algorithms running this business? All right, seeing the continued breakdown on the SPY. It's a very weak day. If you want to get bearish, get bearish. I'm going to be waiting for my scalp short term. Here we hit that level, 415. 415 on the SPY right now. Testing that action. Wanting to break down. Volume piling in to break it down. Oh, sorry, I missed 11K. I missed when that comment came in. Let me see if I can get a timestamp on it. All of these songs are coming off an Epidemic Sound playlist that I like to use. All right, that was 8:20. Hey, that was 4 minutes ago. Let me bounce over to the 4 minutes ago playlist. And that would have been this jam called The Two Thieves. Judging by the timeline on this, I believe that's Daniel Friedel, The Two Thieves. If this is the track you were digging. Is it this one with this sweet guitar solo? If not, we'll just check the one before that. And that would have been Jabali by Xac. So like Jack with an X. Song being Jabali with a J, ending in an I. Let me know if this is the track that you meant. All right, we got it. Hell yeah. I believe that was The Two Thieves, brother. See, I'm here to answer all questions. All right, let's get over the news, though. We're gonna check out and see something. So like a day with this much action, to me, is the kind of day where they're gonna slide something in on us. I don't know if you guys got in time to see the news that there's a $1 billion fine hitting the banking sector for employees using WhatsApp too much, and that was one of the #1 actions by Gary Gensler, the Big Daddy Kane of the man who was going to come in and police all the synthetic shares. Has been here for like over a year now and hasn't done anything but police WhatsApp. All right, PIMCO. Capital Group says era of low inflation is gone for good. You think? You think in a debt-based society it's gone for good? Well, thank you very much for that brain buster from PIMCO. What you guys do this weekend? Anything good? Get away from your charts and your tables for a little while and get out to have some fun? Did you enjoy some of the steak that's getting cheaper in the supermarket, says Wall Street Journal, printed 4 minutes ago, based on my refresh? Or were you there just slumping with crypto, thinking about Goldman Sachs as it aims for a Wall Street built on blockchain? Oh boy, here we go. It's going to be the most centralized, decentralized thing in the world. It'd be exciting if Goldman and JP Morgan are already processing chump trades using technology behind cryptocurrency markets. That's sus. That's sus. If it's coming from the Wall Street Journal, it's suspect. Bed Bath & Beyond, fizzling rally narrows options for cash infusion. All right, shrinking deficits cushion Feds retrieve from the markets. And those are some of our headlines, which you should be seeing on our beautiful new headline ticker, showing up right below you in that sweet action. Yeah, that's right. Take a look. Live news. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Enjoy. All right, rock on at 11K. All right, we got to get back over to the charts. We got to see this price action. Now, I'm waiting for my chance to trade a little something here. I feel like it's going to be something in the small caps. I feel like small cap tech or some sort of small cap growth. Like, it's going to be bearish, by the way. This trade would be, I'm probably looking bearish as a whole. But like I said, so we're just coming into ending up our first hour of trading on the day. And this is the time we're going to start kind of like smoothing it out. It's going to get a little bit more relaxed. We're not going to probably see much of a heavier breakdown other than the low of the day that we touched at 414.70. If we do, hold on to your butts. All right, we do have one more minute to it till the hour ends. So, but after that, we should see some ranging out, some consolidation, and then most likely a nice little move up. So you might want to be getting an eye on what your risk reward might look like. I might pop on over and I don't know if I really want to wait for this range. I mean, we've still been ranging down, so we have not broken trend at all. This is not a high conviction moment to trade. We're seeing some pullback on APE right now as it's off to another halt. Off to another halt. Oh my God. And it's at $8.74. Well, AMC is trading at $11.60. Volume is significant on AMC. 11 million in volume on the APE share, which is strange, right? Because they have the same float. Isn't that a strange one, right? So the volume is only 11 million on APE, and it's like haltity halt halt, the haltity halt halt halt, right? Maybe it's just people setting outrageous stop losses on it, like, right? But like, you know, AMC's volume on the day is just about 60 million, right? We've had 3 halts on that. We've had at least 7 halts on the APE share, which has the same float. You know, technically speaking, you know, it has the same float as AMC. So why would it be getting halted so much? Here we are consolidating still on that SPY. But if you're looking for confirmation, if you see this price action go from the 415.13 that it is, all the way up to 415.38, that'd be enough of a confirmation for me to say that it's on its way out of that trend. It's not currently there, so one of the things you have to be careful about, like when I'm talking about a trade right here, if you want to trade options, remember that timing is everything. Completely different. Like, so for example, I don't feel like there'd be too much of a problem with me right now going long or short on this market straight up. But if I was trading options, I'd be so much more concerned, right? Because I think truly the point of the price action that we've seen for the past 7-8 minutes is all about premium sweep outs and getting money from our people. So you have to know that they want this thing to break in the opposite of the popular direction. So look for your true confirmation of any sort of breakout of this downtrend on SPY being somewhere at the 415.35 to 415.50 range when it can break over its 50 candle moving average. Any questions out there? Any tickers you all looking at right now? Anything you want to review? Just let me know. So pop on over with me over to Fidelity. We're going to take a look at some of this price action. We're seeing a big pullback in that decarbonization plays. We have to talk about this. This is going to be a side video where we really kind of go over decarbonization and what it means. Because what we're actually really talking about isn't carbon capture, it's carbon credits. Okay, so the real play is people that are allowed to issue carbon credits, because that's what companies want to buy. They want to buy their zero footprint carbon footprint. And so companies or establishments, anybody that's public right now, that's able to issue and offer carbon credits is bullish. That is a bullish sector. If you want to talk about stuff that's bullish in a bearish market, that's bullish. Big pullbacks on the small caps. God, there's so much stuff to short right there. You make a big profit. Somebody's getting rich today, people. I hope it's you. If not, let me know what I need to do to help you. Bouncing over to the futures market, seeing if there's any significant action going on in futures right now. Seeing a significant pullback in gas and oil, and at the same time, we're seeing it buoyed by the effects of natural gas and heating oil, which are on the strong side. Those being something that gets stockpiled a little bit earlier in the year than the oil. Not in every case, but particularly in the case of Europe. And Europe is going to be driving a big part of the narrative of energy prices coming into this winter. Last time we took a look at any China stocks I have on my list, they were roughly 50-50. Since then, Pinduoduo has fired to the upside by almost double from where it was at earlier. Currently 5% up on the day, while Lucid, its counterpart to the negative, is negative 3% down on the day. Let's see, we're seeing Baizun negative 1.6 down, NEO down 0.69%, nice. Tencent Holdings down 0.59%, BABA up 0.52%. We've got, what is that, Crane Shares, CSI, China Intranet ETF, up 1.32% on the day, so that'd be kind of an overall market assessment. We have JD.com up 1.83%, Baidu up 2.49%, and then, like I said, Pinduoduo showing a lot of strength over there. All right, we checked out commodities. We just checked out any of the squeezability buddies, and oh boy, just added strength in the. Well, added strength on FAS, which is bearish for the finance sector. So. FAS started off the day roughly 5% up at opening bell. Ding, 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 and now we're at 6% up, though it has swung back and forth. Bouncing on over to APE and AMC, we're seeing a pullback here on AMC and APE, roughly trading within the same kind of patterns of themselves. As you can see, this consolidation pattern play out to the negative right now. We are much more leaning towards a downtrend than anything else. So AMC's at $11.43 a share. APE share currently $8.18 on another halt. And in case you didn't know, and you really gotta ask somebody, AMC's up on the day. Okay, we closed the day off Friday at $18.04, and we are currently at, between the split, $19.59 if you total them up together. So get ready for something interesting here. Get ready for some action. I would expect this to run up. If it keeps on just fading and fading, then just paint me a devil and call me Nancy. You know, like, I don't know what to tell you, but it's going to be a big pullback from the thesis, you know, and that's why we want to see strength. Strength in the thesis is the thesis is that we are right now in the process of policing synthetic shares. And since Gary Gensler won't do it, he's too worried about what banking people are saying to each other on WhatsApp, and charging them billions of dollars in money that we'll never see, you know, go to fund more bureaucratic nonsense. Oh, look at this. Okay. So right now, check it out, guys. SPY is you got to see right now. It's testing its range, essentially. Right. So this is what I was talking about after we were like breaking over the lower band of VWAP, and then we started consolidating there for the past couple minutes. Right. And now we are an hour and 9 minutes into the trading day right now. And I would say that you're looking at a strong bullish opportunity right now. It can break to the downside still, but it's at that VWAP. So we're at 415 even right now, and I'm gonna go long on it really quick for 10 on the SPY, slapping the market price on that bad boy, and there is a very good chance we could pull back quick on this. I'm not too worried. My stop loss is loose at 414.50. If it breaks down past 414.50, I'll be out on this trade. That's really in line with my risk versus reward based on the price action that we've had for today. So just seeing what kind of fill that I got on that. This was from that MindMed trade earlier. I got a fill of 414.99. So just call it 415 on the fill. And right now we're going to see if we do nothing more than just consolidate. I could be in this trade for a while. It's going to be that I pull myself out with a manual stop loss at 414.50. That's how I'm going to handle this particular trade. I just see potential upside in the trade, and this is, one of those times in the day where we've gotten away from a lot of that early morning activity and that action, and so to me, it's a good moment to stack up. Now, the way I'll do this, I'll trench in if I keep convicted. So I just kind of send in everything at a default of 10 here, 10 there. I base the paper trading account off of 10,000 where I started, and basically all I'd say is like I might redo 10K every day, or I might just build off of it so you guys can see how it goes over a period of time. I don't know which one is more useful to everybody. I really don't. So for right now, we're just going to keep it as is and work off of it in the long run. It might be most useful, like just for clear-headedness and to stay away from past action doesn't lead to future performance, to just do 10K every day, right? Just start off at zero every day so you don't have that. So for me, for example, as a trader, I'm not staring at the psychological bump of the whatever 2% or 3% the portfolio's up on the past week or so. Most of this trading has just been done with you in live trading over the past week. So it's not, no big, huge gain or anything like that. That's nothing. That's just grind work right there. And that's what we would expect out of all of our traders. It's proper risk versus reward, and what we call risk management, knowing when to get out of a trade. And you could see, the SPY went in my direction, but I'm a little bit more long-term convicted for this particular trade. It's very well that this could just pull right back. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see it pull back. But the fact is, we're going to test the 200 candle moving average right now. And it might be one of those times where if you want to be a short-term scalper, take profit right now. Let's just do it. Watch. We don't have to be too invested in any particular trade. Right, we pull that out at market trade. We got in at 14.99. We're trading out at 415.42, and so it's just about 50 bip, bonus. 50 cent up. I don't trade any other way. I trade in a very stoic and patient way. I like to get those gains, and I want to teach everybody about this concept in this sense of getting in, getting out, and not staying too heavily invested. The only thing I would say about my particular range and what I'd be more critical about this trade than I am being is because I essentially pulled out right around at my risk tolerance level, right? So I was willing to lose as much as I basically just gained in that trade, right? So that's not really the risk reward calculation we're really, really looking for, right? Like what you'd want to be doing is something more like a 75 or 80-20, right? Like where you're risking 20 for an 80% upside on that particular trade. Now, like I said, I still feel that this could be a much more longer term uptrend, but the truth is, let's not convince ourselves that we know something, because what happens when you're trading is you can get a little too bullish or bearish on yourself, right? Where your trades go bad, you get bearish on your strategy, you start getting away from your strategy. That's when things go really bad. Or the reversal of that, your strategy starts working. You start thinking that you're a god, and you start trading away from your strategy because you just know it, man. You're just hot, Man, just sometimes you're just a hot potato. You got to pass it around. And this time the hot potato's in my hand. So let's go. Roll with the hot hand. So this is what some of the things you want to do while you're trading is leverage your own psychology within the trading day and make sure you don't overdo it, right? Like, don't overdo yourself. Know your limits. Know your trading failures, fronts, and everything like that. Now, some people could say that what we're doing here on SPY is consolidating in that range. I would say much different than that. I would say we've battled within a range. We've ranged out after a downtrend. We've uptrended as well, and then pulled back from it. I see this as a battle of the bulls and the bears right now in the most intensive ways. This is a really, really indicative and an amazing day of trading, scalping, and swinging. I think I'm going to stay with you guys as long as I can. I'm going to take a little break right on now. Before I do, I want to make sure that any of your questions are getting answered. And if you need anything, if you need a ticker or anything like that, the format for it is ticker and time frame, ticker and time frame, ticker and time frame. That's how we want to give all our call outs and everything, because not everything is about this is up, down, sideways. It's about what is your time frame for that up, down, and sideways, right? So we just got one nice successful trade done for the day. I know this isn't block action packed like you might watch with some other prop desk traders, but I don't really want to teach everyday retail investors how to day trade like a prop desk, because it's not realistic. I want to teach everyday realistic day trading, scalping, swing trading for the everyday average human, you know. And I want to learn with you as we go, because I have a lot more to learn and grow as I DJ all the stock market to you. And for me, it's absolutely fun, but I can always see my weaknesses as well, like places where I could get better, things that we can do to improve, ways that we can provide more content for everybody every day. I want to get into interviewing, talking with more people, getting more discussion going. Those are the next levels for us, really. As we're seeing AMC with a big pullback right now, testing that strong support line at $11, while APE is trying to develop its support line right at $8. That gives us about 19, so we're coming into our range of our par value más o menos on business close. We're just about 50 cents over that value right now. Let me get that right. Let me get that figure right. It's not. It's really about 90 cents as of right now. Just want to get that number right for you. All right, and we are testing the 200 candle moving average on the SPY. We broke it on the Qs. It's very bullish. It's a very bullish moment right now. But you're going to want to watch smaller stock indicators, like individual stock indicators, like breaking out of this range that we have on Apple from the 168.50 all the way up to the 168.92. That's a tiny range. It's not very significant, right? So we're not going to see a significant, increase or decrease on the major indices until we see a break from this overall pattern with things like Apple and with things like, let's see, JP Morgan is going to be pulling back. So JP Morgan is actually trading much more in line. You see the finance sector is actually trading much more in line with the SPY and the Qs right now than Apple, and that's significant. Now we're seeing a big boom candle coming in on oh, that's Tesla. I'm sorry. I thought that was JP Morgan. Why is it doing that to me? You're breaking my heart here. Oh, yeah, you don't see a boom candle like that on JP Morgan that often. That's trading in range with the SPY as well. But I want to go back to what I just observed with Tesla, because it looked to be more volatile, but it really looked like SPY. It really looked like SPY until this boom happened right here in this past, really past 2-3 minutes, honestly, when it was at the 866, call it 867 level, just round it off. It changed. That's the moment when it kind of broke out of this cycle where otherwise it overlaps fairly significantly with SPY. So that tells a lot about possible impacts that the upcoming split with Tesla really could be having. Interesting. Microsoft is ranging out, trading sideways completely at 2.5% down on the day. Amazon, what you doing? Same as, no, that is Microsoft. This has got me a little bit of a delay. Just slow it down, Michael. Remember, teaching the people patience. That means in charting and price action. And look at us just ranging out again here on the SPY. You guys see what I mean? Like there's not really enough price action. Like I started pulling back when I saw us hit that 415.57, and we didn't show any strength to kind of break over that 200 candle. That's when I pulled out of the last trade that I was showing you. And now we're just ranging out. So that trade really for me would have just been kind of dead in the water again. You know, maybe I could have gotten another 10 or 20 basis points off of it. But it's not that much. So bumping back over to APE, we're seeing a little bit of a strength off of the $7.90 level for APE, up at $8.14. Seem to be pulling back from the halts that we were getting every 4 seconds, you know, that this ticker would open. AMC looking very similar. That both the charts are very, very similar today, which is not that surprising at all. Other than the volume differences, which that's the biggest thing I find very surprising, right? Because we got to assume any and all synthetic shares are trading in AMC, and that APE shares are the ones without any synthetics. That would be the assumption right now, right? All things being equal, that would be the assumption. Right, let's bounce back over to this other chart breakdown here. Get some watch lists up. I want to bring up. Let's keep a gentle eye on commodities throughout the day. We've seen that natty gas has pulled back significant. And that's what I would have done too. I would have faded that. I would have faded it when it was at 117 on the natty gas. But yeah, beautiful people, I gotta get a little break. Be right on back. Think how far into this day are? About an hour and a half into live trading. I'm gonna go as long as I can today, people. We're gonna talk about everything. Just stick with me. I'll be right on back. Enjoy the tunes. All right, fantastic. All right, and you can see we just got back. Thanks for waiting for me. If anyone's still on here, and loading up live feeds. Amazon joins bidding for Signify. I want to look into that a little bit later. Warren Buffett not expected to bid for Occidental. I'll tell you what that's going to say before it comes up. Occidental being an up-and-coming bidding, up-and-coming and budding petroleum play that Warren Buffett's been getting really into, and every time his filings come out, new news that comes out that is outdated, old, and not useful to your trading has to do with conversations like that. Coffee could get even pricier as Brazil's harvest falters. Ouch. All right, let me bring that up. I'll get that ready for y'all. We're just going to take a look at coffee futures. We really didn't actually kind of go over coffee specs. Ooh. I've got a little bit of a sound issue. Red flag right now I got to deal with. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Yeah, just leaving the door open for some fresh air, and I can invite some fresh noise into our stream, which is not what we want. Okay, let's go over to softs real quick here. Just gonna check on coffee, because I know that's near and dear to everybody's heart, is the price of coffee. And we've never really looked at the CPI and how much coffee is affecting the CPI, but oh, yep, look at that. U.S. coffee future C is up 4% on the day. That is significant. Make sure the charts are right. That's right. I get through all the pop-ups, so you don't have to, beautiful people. Yep, charts are not up, but it's loaded, so that's good news. Here you go. Check that out. U.S. coffee right here. That's why I'm really loving this news ticker at the bottom. It can keep us up to date while I can handle production and just rapping and DJing the stock market to y'all. All right. Now we're seeing a big pullback with the rest, excuse me, with the rest of the softs. And so I would actually say that's pretty much bearish sentiment in general for food sector, which that's good. You know, it's cheaper for us. Helps bring down that CPI. And we're seeing it in the meats as well. So yeah, other than coffee, seemed to be the real story there. We're doing okay. Now let's get a little bit update on cryptocurrency. This is from very much earlier in the morning, probably about 2 hours ago now, at the 21,244 range on Bitcoin. And while that loads up, we're going to bring up a couple other things. I'm going to refresh our halts list, see if there's anything else we can gather from that data. I'm going to bounce over to the charts while those things load. We're seeing some strength in JP Morgan in the finance sector, but it's not buoying the SPY yet. So, okay, let's stick to the news while we are here. Got those trading halts. That data is loading. Cryptocurrency is loading. We've already covered that news aspect, and let's see if there's anything new on the news line for Twitter too. Bring that up as well. While those are loading, let's get over to Fidelity and do a little bit more review on some of the watch lists in that sector. UVXY, I don't know if you guys see this, it's up 7%, and it's, you know, UVXY is an interesting one, right? Because it's short-term futures and it's an ETF, and it's leveraged, so it can make some significant runs on any big pullback days, and you want to keep an eye on it. You really do. I do have some in one of my other, not in the paper trading, I do have some UVXY that I picked up last week because I expected to just run up for a little while, and it was a tiny amount. It was a very small percentage because I really don't know, and it's a very leveraged, risky play. So I just dabbled a little with that one, and I might trench into it, which means cost average my way into it as it goes down, or just let that trade ride out. Seeing that the APE shares are consolidating out right now, right at that $8 range. So let's say, and we were thinking it might be, we were hoping right here, this was the look at that. That's where a lot of the volume here is. It's either at the 820 range or the 920 range. See these two lines right here? That's representing your volume profile. That's where the majority of buyers are at. Right? And this is something that Webull doesn't do on its charts. It's one of the reasons I'm willing to go to kind of like the more antiquated Fidelity, because it's just more bulletproof in terms of data. It doesn't have kind of like the weak points of data that we've come to know from some of the apps and the other sort of apex clearing types of trading brokers. But what you always hear me tell you to do about brokerages accounts is have as many as you possibly can. There is a to-do list I have on mine to show one of our commenters here about how to do a short trade on Fidelity, because they trade on short term as well. But I think I could probably just wait for him to next time he's in the live stream, and we'll go over it then. Unless that's something that interests anybody else right now, you just let me know. That Ape Logic in the house. What's up, Doctor? All right. What are your thoughts on the short thesis now that we have Ape up and running? Well, that's what we're identifying right now, and like I just mentioned, we're kind of establishing these levels right here, and I'll go ahead and I'll bring up the Webull charts here so we can look at both of them at the same time. Here we have bottom middle is Ape, and bottom right is AMC. And I think some of the price action we saw this morning, there was a total of 8 halts on Ape so far. I think that's really promising. I found it to be extremely interesting, the difference in volume. You can see right here about 17 million shares have traded for Ape, and AMC's got 72 million shares traded for Ape, right? But they have the same float, right? So now we're starting to see, their price action isn't been that different, right? But we're getting to see this variance on the float. There's a couple different reasons you think, is that most of the people that you assume have the Ape share right now, if they didn't synthesize the Ape shares as well, then, those are holders. Those are buyer or holder. Those are us. Those are the apes, with the Ape share. And so they're not trading as much, but price action is right there. And it's been on crazy halts with 1/7, 1/8 of the volume, right? And it's halt. AMC's halted 3 times. Ape's halted at least 8 times on 1/8 of the volume. Something's going on, right? Something's going on. No, but I think it's too early for me to tell you definitively what I think is going on. So I'm keeping an eye. But the action is real. This action is real. It's not a dead fish. It's not a dead cat. There's something going on here, right? So we're at 11 o'clock right now, Eastern Standard Time. Coming in on lunch, and we've seen JP Morgan. You can see some boom boom candles on JP Morgan, reminding yourselves that we're on the 15-second charts here, right? And seeing that big push up is also a strong reason why we're seeing SPY reclaim its lower end of VWAP, and it's likely to consolidate right around here unless we were to see a big pullback from JP Morgan or Apple, knowing that finance can have a big finance and banking sector can have a much bigger impact on the SPY than most people give it credit for. Usually people just watch Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. But you really always need to have a little finance in there. You got to be keeping an eye there. So we're consolidating at the $11 range on AMC. We're right up now, right at 11.27. So we had a little bit of strength there. We're seeing that on APE as well. Of course, everybody remembering we're up, right? We closed the nominal value at 18.04 on Friday for AMC shares. APE shares now being $8, AMC being $11 and change. That's 19 and some change. So we're $1 up or so, and have been as much as $3 or $4 up on the day for the entire two of them combined. So we're seeing strength, and we're seeing something, right? We're seeing something. All right. Now, is this enough to police the synthetic shares? Are we going to squeeze to the moon in after hours or pre-market tomorrow? If in fact something like that would happen, it would be amazingly too just and too relevant. So I'm very skeptical that will happen, but I would expect it to be T+2 from today. All right. So it's Monday, you got Tuesday and Wednesday. So that means Wednesday evening into Thursday, if that narrative is true, and this particular action with the APE offering of a preferred equity is enough to police those synthetic shares, that would be the day. That would be the day, right? So that could play out any of the days coming up until now. But I tell you what, APE Logic, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. You know, I got my shares. I don't care what happens. I'm here with popcorn, eating the popcorn, ready to see what goes on. And there's no better way to do it than to be holding. So we will see. We will see. I know that, did you guys hear about Cineworld? And that basically the second largest movie theater in the world is going to file for bankruptcy. All right. If that opens up the door for AMC to move in with all this cash that they have, yeah, it does. This gives AMC to expand its reach in a lot of pretty bullish ways. Again, that company is called Cineworld, second largest movies in the world, and based out of Europe. They trade on the London Stock Exchange under the ticker CINE. It's not something that's in our realm to trade on our particular brokerage houses. You might have to pay commissions and fees to trade it. So, and by trading it, you'd be bearish on the bankruptcy, obviously. But a lot of that action for Cine happened today because the news came out over the weekend. But that's a long-term bullish thesis for AMC in general in terms of moving itself towards profitability. Anytime you lose a huge competitor, boom, shakalak, that's the time to attack, right? So let's see how they respond to that. So we've got both of those aspects covered, right? Like the long-term thesis of AMC getting back to profitable and some potential there. That kind of potential can be a positive catalyst for things like what we're talking about in terms of policing the failure to deliver in the synthetic shares. Whether or not it sweeps out the naked options, that's another question as a whole. And that's actually what I would love to see. That's the one where I'd be like, oh yeah, we're squeezing to the moon if we could get them where it really hurts, which is the derivatives of the derivatives being the options market. I think the likelihood of that is low, my people. Apologize. That's just your stock doctor giving it to you real. Bringing that down, seeing more consolidation with APE. It looks like it's got out of the weeds with the halts. We have not had too many significant halts in a little while. Let me double check the halt list from last it loaded. The last one we had was at 10:35 Eastern Standard Time. Of course, it's 11:12, so about 40 minutes ago was our last halt on APE. how are our other squeezability buddies doing? Let's bring up the squeezers list. We saw some nice run on BBBY. We can go ahead and bring that up. It really recovered well. It pulled back so tremendously in pre-market and recovered really well. Looks like it fell off some of its morning gains, where it had run up as far as 1155. It got up to in our morning trading here. We're going to zoom on out to the minute chart on this so we can just get a little bit more data onto the screen for you. Bringing up the whole, see this trend on SPY? We have not broken this downtrend, really. We have just not broken it. So if anything, it was, an ill-advised trade for me to go long when I did. It's just that we hit a level that I felt very strong. Like at least pull out my risk, profile from it. And we did. But that being said, I think that probably one of my worst trades of the past week, just in terms of timing. Profitable is profitable, but you want to be good. Even when you want to be critical of your best trades, right? Like psychologically speaking, be critical of when you made the most money. How could you have done better? What did you do wrong? Right? Because that's the time when you really need to understand yourself and your psychology as a trader. It's when you're doing good, how could you have done better? Rather than always what you did wrong and how you could do better. That it's obvious how you could have done better. You could have just bought lower and sold higher, or vice versa, or you shorted, right? But what you want to know is what you're doing good. When you're doing something good, you want to know why it was good and what could have made it better, or if it was just spot on exactly to what you wanted to do. What is the correct trade? The one that goes to your strategy, the one that goes to exactly what your intentions were when you set out to trade it. They follow in line with your price action, the price movement, your risk management, and on top of that, your time frame. You never forget time frame in any of your trades anymore. We can't. We're too heavily manipulated by high frequency trading to just turn our backs on this stuff because we have a bullish or bearish thesis. It doesn't make sense to pull back and just wait for it to get back into your place. It doesn't. It makes more sense not to lose any money. So that's why we do risk management. You understand where you're getting into a trade, and the potential for it to go based on the levels in your direction is enough that it offsets any of the risk that you might be setting between you and your stop loss. Risk management is your stop loss. When you say you're going to get out of the trade in a losing trade. And you want to be good at that, baby. You want to be real good. That's the ego. That's the ego you got to fight more than anything, is to know that you made a mistake and just be able to handle that correctly every single time, every trade, and then just grind and grind and grind every day, and you will make money in the stock market. But you have to learn how the stock market works. You have to ask questions, hint, and just let me know like what it is you don't know, and I'll do my best that we all learn it together. If it's something I don't know too, we'll learn it together. It's probably something I know something about. Most likely, because I've been doing this for a long time, 22 years now, and and nobody's got any anniversary for me, but I just tell you what, I love numbers. How's everything doing on the stream? We dropping any frames? No, we're doing good. Coming up on 2 hours into the live stream now. Clock rocking shows stopping, hoping everybody be clocking this price action because we got to get into fashion. Worst rhyme of the day. I nominate that for worst rhyme of the day. Well, PET is halting right now too. So, it'd be cool to watch halts all day, but like halts are so difficult to trade properly. You can just get screwed, right? But look at PET running up from lows in the morning and just popping off. Did this have earnings? I don't think so. $5.32 now, up $2.15, up to $7.28 currently in this moment. It went up as high as $8.33. I'm assuming there's an acquisition of your pre-market movement. AMC's trading there. Is that Chewy? Ah, that's Chewy. Interesting. That's Ryan Cohen's company, for those who don't know. Not getting anything about earnings. It says it's formerly CHW Acquisition Corporation. Now it's the WAG Group. The company offers technology platform that enables on-demand scheduled dog walking training and other pet care services. Its WAG app offers access to 5-star dog walking, pet sitting, expert pet advice, and training from it. I mean, are these guys turning a profit? It's probably not. And this sounds like a spin-off of a holdings company from Chewy, owned most likely by Ryan Cohen, and then therefore any of the money he just got from his Bed Bath & Beyond sell might be coming right in now. We're going to pull up chwacquisitioncorp.com and let that page load, and then get over to there and show you guys any information about this company that we can get. It has an options chain. It does not have an options chain. Can't be shorted right now, at least in options. I don't think you can short it. I wonder if you could locate shares. Oh, look. Okay, so I just want to. We have a key level on SPY at the 415. Let me check what this level is. It's right there. I can't read it. Perfect. That level, whatever that is. I can't read it. It's 415.50, probably something like that. I can't quite get it. It's just overlapping. It's ugly. Maybe what I could do here with this chart. So I don't want to do that to you people when we have something that could get fixed. I want you guys to be able to see how to fix it. No. All right, so you go over here, get the chart settings. We want to extended hours, custom colors for our candlesticks. Oh, that's new. Custom colors for our, and custom background for extended hours. That's new. I don't think you guys can see that right there. Last price, so last indicator values. 415. Yes, okay, so that is the 415.50 levels major key. We already discussed that one. Okay, I can break these off. Let me know if this helps you at all. You know, just seeing all these different indicators bust out, but I don't think it's always that helpful. All right, 11K wants to learn about options. You ready for it? I don't know if I am. Jeez, we got to do it through Fidelity because I just hate Webull for options trading. I really don't like it. It's user-friendly, but that's not always what you want when you're trading options, because there's so many ways that could go. You want as up-to-date live action as you possibly can get, which Webull charges you for. And you want an ironclad broker for that, really. You want a proper market maker. That's why I think Fidelity is the right way to go. $11K is not ready for the options breakdown. Well, one of these days, next time we're in pre-market, before market open, and we have less price action going on in front of us, we'll go over the basics, and then we'll just trade options all day together through mine, and you can just see how it goes. You know, I have a couple tricks and techniques for showing you how to break down an options trade and understanding it, and some simplified methods for understanding gamma, theta, and delta. And we're all still learning. You know, if you don't stay humble in options, they'll break your butt. Trust me. I used to trade them. I used to manage collateral for a hedge fund company. That was my job, was to trade swaps and options and collateral. It's not the same now. We don't have the same tools as a multi-billion-dollar setup, boys and girls. I tell you what, it's not the same now. We have a lot more up against us. Retail investors have a lot more difficulty in front. But yeah, we'll go over everything 11K. Let me know when you are ready. And we don't have so much price action going on. That'll be easier because I want to show you how to overlay the charts. Let me know what brokers you use too, by the way. What brokers you guys prefer. If it's Robinhood, you know I'm going to tell you that I suggest you diversify and get a few others as well. I would get as many brokerages as will possibly take you. Get your TD Ameritrade opened up. Get your Fidelity. Get your Charles Schwab. Get your Webull. Get your Moomoo. Get your Public. Get your... just start with those first, and then we'll go into it. But always do this. And remember, one of the reasons why is because if you ever get knocked for being a pattern day trader at one, just bounce over to the other one and go trade there. All right, 11K, rock on. You're at Fidelity. We have another one of the subscribers, Justice, who was just asking about how to short on Fidelity. He wants to know how to just run the trade, run the trade ticket on how to short. So we got a lot of good stuff on how to use the Fidelity Active Trader Pro. That's the desktop, the one that you're seeing over here. Let me know if you use that or if you stick online. What do I have going on here? All right. Oh, so I see. Let's just scroll on up there, get that view right for the layout. And yeah, this is the Active Trader Pro desktop app for Fidelity. You can trade using their app, which I have, or on the website, and browser-based, which I would say is that middle of the road in terms of detail. I think the apps are just too dumbed down. They don't give you enough data to really trade. How's that? Ape's doing that. And so you're always going to hear me suggest to get on your computer and be on your desktop for trading. A lot of people these days just try to trade on their phones, and I don't see how you could possibly. I wouldn't have nearly the success if I tried that. I really wouldn't. There's too much data going on. Maybe it's the type of person I am, or the type of trader that I am specifically. But I would fail with the app personally. So in other words, I'm less likely to go over the app in terms of trading. But I can do that too. I just gotta rig it up so I can go straight to my cell phone, because it's not the same if you do it browser based as you do it based on the app. There's certain features that you really need to see in the mobile phone realm. So, oh, you know what I could do? I could just get an emulator. That's not gonna work. You'd really need the app. I was gonna say I could run a browser-based emulator for y'all. That's not gonna do it. Used to be a web developer. Still could be. I just don't like it that much. I'm gonna be sitting in front of the computer all day. I'd rather be rapping with y'all about the stocks. That's just the truth. All right, this watch list that we're looking at here that's all super red is actually my long-terms list. So we just have major bearishness right here. Ford down at 15.18. You can see now, I can see this particular chart layout is going to be a little bit problematic for my fat head. Let's see. All right, it's less detailed, but you get my fat head out of there. Okay, that right there being Ford. So Ford's actually showing a little bit of strength off its lows. That's nice to see. Snap is trading right in line. This is super algorithmic trading type of action. Same with LRCX, luxury brand. Square, Amazon is like that. Square, very similar. How's PayPal doing? That's a long-term fintech, trading right in line with the markets. Super algo traded. Tesla too. just like we saw earlier. Now let's see what Facebook's doing. Meta. Really, really ranging out. Oof, God, this is, you know, I was late to pre-market, but what I wanted to tell everybody is I felt like we were going to have a consolidation stage here. Too many people are betting it goes big down, big up, and what they like to do is just let it just drop in the market and then range out for the day. And we are getting that kind of action across a wide swath of stocks that shouldn't be trading at all within the same realms of each other, but they are. Disney's consolidating right there as well. It's kind of unbelievable when you see the weakness on SPY as compared to the ranging out that we're doing everywhere else, right? Like, I think that has to be, let's check and see how JP Morgan's doing in finance in comparison. See, that's recovering as well. SPY's got an anchor right now that we are not identifying. Huh, wow. There's an anchor there that we're not identifying, and let's see what am I not seeing in these numbers here? Is it Nvidia? Is it chips? Huh? Yeah, because TSM didn't come back there at all. Nvidia's not on this list? Oh, we'll take care of that right now. Nvidia down 3.69%. Nice. It's 71. I was identifying a level around 70 as like a worry spot for Nvidia. It's been as high as 170.25 today. It's Nvidia. We have AMD on this list. There it is. Yep. Intel. Intel's not on this list. Let's get it on there. Oh, what's Intel's ticker? INTC, CCC. All right, gotcha, not INTL. Big pullback on Intel, big pullback on AMD, and big pullback on NVIDIA going into NVIDIA's earnings later this week. That's what I think it is, Peter. Let's bounce back over to the Webull charts. That's where I think we're seeing the weakness in SPY. We're not quite seeing with some of the other babies. You can see weakness with Apple. This is obvious, right? But it had to do with more than that. It really did. We're seeing PET pull back. I really can't wait to learn a little bit more about this PET. We're going to put this on the Squeezability list because it seems like a Ryan and Cohen action type of thing, and if it's a SPAC, I want to know about how it's going to fail because they all pump and dump. All right, let's get over to that browser and see if we can get some details on to CHW Acquisition Corp. All right, first thing is the team. It's a $125 million SPAC with expertise in consumer retail and capital marketing. So you don't think after Ryan Cohen just pulled out of Bed Bath & Beyond, the shares just consolidated? I mean, they went for their T+2, and now this is popping off? Do these people look familiar to you? This guy does. That guy does. I need to know a little bit more. I think this has a little bit to do with, let's see what they say their news is. then investor relations. $11K. Okay, just, yeah, that's what, to learning shorting, I'm losing money not doing it when the market is bear. Shorting is where it's at right now. Exactly. Yeah, you really want to understand. I use Webull for the charts, though. I do too. Well, we can go over it really quick. It's pretty straightforward. All right, there's two types. Here, let's bounce over to Fidelity. All right, we're going to do it really quick. Do you have a margin account? It's question number one. Okay. And you go up here to trades and orders and you do direct trade and extended hours. All right, now I need to do this without allowing all of you to see all my numbers. Good, got it. Okay, so I have many accounts at Fidelity. Of course, all of those are... Oh no. Oh God. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, I saw it pop all up on the stream. Oh well. Still can't actually get me from that. But, you know, you're not gonna wanna stream your account. So let me get it straight. Let me get it set up for y'all. It's funny, I'm turning a little red in the face for that screw up, but it's all good. It's really all good. So like I said, you're gonna want to have your margin account. All right, I'm gonna pull up both type of trade tickets that you can use for this. There's that one. There's the quick one and the more direct one. All right, beautiful. So we got that browser. Got that. Fidelity's up, and here you are. And what I did was I opened up a test margin account for us. And put a little bit of cash in there. And here you go. If you want to sell short on the SPY, for example, go ahead and type SPY right in here. You'll have to have your margin account set up, and you're going to want to be trading on your margin account. Hit short sell. Go ahead and hit 50 shares. There's over 5 million that are available shorter on the SPY. You can see that popped up right there. You're going to want to do that with a limit. And what you're going to want to do here is try to slap the bid. Excuse me, try to slap the ask. Right, so we're like here, we're at 15.50 is right there, and you'd hit place. This shouldn't go through. Yep. Margin orders and short sale orders require a minimum net worth of $2,000. Pre-review your order. So that's step number one, right? And then essentially from there, you've placed your trade. Okay. Now we'll clear this off, and then I'll show you what you'll do to cover. Sometimes Fidelity gets hung up like this. Don't worry about it. Just go back up to your menu above and go to trade and orders, and you can go to direct trade and extended hours trading and bring up this trade ticket as well. You can see next to it I have the smaller trade ticket. I don't like to use the smaller one because it doesn't quite have all the detail that you're really going to want to have. You really want to have the order book in front of you and what's happening with the buys and sells. It's an extremely important aspect. All right, so if we would go to get SPY here, we'd notice that we already have one, the set of 50 would be there listed out, and we go to buy to cover. That's how you close out your position. When you buy to cover, you want to slap your ask again. 0.415, excuse me. 4:15. There's a lot of ways you can make fat finger issues in Fidelity Active Trader Pro because the software is fairly old, so it runs fairly old. So you'd route this to auto, set your limit, put that to trade. This condition's none, and then there's going to be a little option down here that says margin, and whether or not you want to trade on your margin or cash. If it's short selling, you're only going to default to margin, and that you're going to have to trade on margin. It's the only way to trade. All right, so then you'd hit place. It would come over to a confirmation if you want. Mine doesn't go to a confirmation screen because I like to trade a little bit more quickly. If you want to trade more quickly, you don't want to do it with this trade ticket. What you want to do is you want to come up here and you want to go to your multi-trade breakdown. This is an advanced feature that allows you to lay out a lot more of your strategy in front of itself. So that's setting limits and stop losses and everything like that. You can see you can add order here, right? And this is going to allow you to get a lot of trades together in a really quick fashion. You see, this is not recommended, right? You don't want to be trading like this, especially in the early days. You want to really just stick with the ones that I showed you, but I want you to know that this multi-leg's available for when you start getting good at it and you start wanting to have more trade orders in. So when you put in your stops on things in Fidelity, a lot of times it's a separate order, right? So, for example, with that short sell, we came in, there we go. Pull up your spine. It's got all the lots that are playing out. Let's bring up your margin account. And so what you would do after you sold short, right? You've made your first trade and you want to buy to cover, but all you're actually doing is putting in your stop. So your stop is here, right? Like that. That's where, okay, this is going up, right? So let's say you had bought at 415 and you decided that 415.50 is where you want to get out, where the trade went bullish, you're short selling it, didn't go in your direction, you want to be out of that trade. This is how you set that up. So you've already sold short, did the sell short trade, got your 50 shares. Now before you're ready to sell these 50 shares, you want to set your stop. That's when you go to buy to cover 50 shares, it'll show up in your account, you'll see stop, set your stop loss, hit place, boom, you're good, okay? Once that trade is done, then you get into the point where you actually set your trade for when you're going to exit from your profit. And you'll do that under buy to cover, limit order, the thing that I just showed you, that's how you do that. Once you're at the transaction where you want to, short sell something and set a stop, that's when the multi-leg trade feature that I just showed you can come in handy because you can just put them right in on each other. Hit go time, it'll action one, action the other. And that is a brief breakdown of how to trade on Fidelity Active Trader Pro. But we're going to go over that more and more. I'm going to actually do a better job. And hey, Oscar, how you doing, brother? All right, so yeah, we're going over APE a lot in the morning. All right, so let's bounce on back over to it. Oscar's wondering how it's going. All right, so we had a lot. All right, so Oscar, it had 9 halts today. AMC itself had 3 halts in morning action hours. APE started off at $7 roughly, ran all the way up to 10.50. It was amazing to watch. It was halting every 15 seconds. It would take a minute or two to start back up, and then halt again. AMC was seeing that same crazy volume again. And you see that both trading in line. The only thing that's not in line is the volume, which is strange, right? Because they have the same float. Assuming that most people that have APE shares right now are just holding them, that APE is just got a volume of 21.84 million as opposed to on the day 83, almost 84 million in volume on AMC, just tickling that 1111. And yeah, make me a wish that we're going to squeeze and police the synthetic shares. We sure do hope so. If you weren't in here earlier, Oscar, I broke down the day that I think would be the breaking point in this thesis that we have of this preferred equity being the one to uncover synthetic shares. And that would be between the hours of after hours on Wednesday and pre-market on Thursday. We could see significant price action on that day, and if so, that proves the thesis that this APE token is doing something. With the halts that we had this morning, I've already seen some proof of this. But I also understand that these high-frequency trading machines have a couple techniques for how they can kind of shadow circulate these shares, and a lot of that might have to do with trading in the dark pools. So we want to get, it's going to be the afternoon data that we're going to find out how much APE traded within the unlinked market today. That's going to be a huge indicator. That's a really, really big deal, and I want to watch that. Price action itself is an illusion. If in fact you want to see what's happening with this, go ahead and just let it play out. And all things being equal, Oscar, we are up on the day. So $7.21 on APE plus $11.20 on AMC is equal to about $18.50. And on Friday, we closed at $18.04. We were up as much as $4 or $5 on $4 or $5 on the two as a lot, when we were up at $13 on AMC at the same time as $10.50 on APE, totaling, was that $24 basically? Yeah, $23.50. So we had a really, really amazing, excellent run. Something's being stamped down right now. I'm just watching and waiting. That's the most information we have right now. That's the best we can discern. Anybody's guess is as good as yours or mine at this particular moment, because we haven't seen this event play out with these particular algorithms, and we don't know how those algorithms are going to respond to it. So we will see. Hope you're rocking and rolling on the free road, riding around, keeping our supply chains going. I tell you what, Oscar, we're in trouble, man. There's so much demand destruction going on that the supply chain is never going to get fixed. Excuse me, when I say demand destruction, I mean supply destruction. It's mostly happening in Europe. There's some ports right now that are getting shut down in the UK, and they were already getting backed up. So now boats are getting redirected and rerouted in the UK, and it's just like we have never really fixed our supply and demand chain issue. On the long haul, and this isn't Oscar's fault, obviously. Homeboy drives a truck for us, keep the world a freer place. And but the boats can't get the stuff into port, and when they do get it into port, they have 3 or 4 delays for every trucker coming into the ports, for whether it's security or just checkpoints. And these guys are stuck picking up their goods for 12, 13 hours. They're supposed to be driving. And as soon as they get misscheduled because a shipping container ship doesn't unload on time, well then boom, you just lost the whole road of truckers that were sitting there in line waiting for that shipping container to come through. Now that's the end of the day. They got to go home, come back and wait in the line again the next day, or just sleep in their truck, probably just sleep in their truck, right? So we have huge issues, and the burden is really coming down on our truckers. Right? Like, we have got to send love and respect out to our truckers, because they are getting pinched right now, and in a problem that they're the ones that solve it. And it's just like teachers in that sense, the only front line of defense in educating our children, and the only front line in the defense of our supply and demand chain issues are our truck drivers and our teachers. And the burden is on them to make ends meet when we don't pay them enough. So much respect to all our beautiful supply and demand chain crunches out there. Your truck got repoed? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, dude. Sometimes things get darkest right before the light, Oscar. You remember that, brother. Stay strong. Keep working, okay, man? God damn. That hurts, man. That hurts. That's bad news. That bums me out. Don't like seeing that stuff happen to my beautiful subscribers, my people. All right. How are we doing? There's not a lot of news coming through. I think some of the best news coming through is through my new RSS feed that you see right there. But when that happens and I'm not getting enough stock news from typical channels, I'll go over to the Twitters. I'll dabble with the social medias. I ain't scared. Just to see if we can get any more data as to what is going on. While that loads up, let's take a look. Yeah, well, we're ranging out again. Look at this. These levels that we've established are very interesting on the SPY. I really think we're at a really curious time. Remember how earlier we were talking about how even though we were still within a kind of long-term downtrend, we were definitely breaking out within that cycle, and you could see it here. And now look at this uptrend that we've had with 1, 2, 3 retracements of about 65 to 70% as it legs its way back up. I call that limping. It's limping its way up the stairs right there. That's what that is. Anytime you're getting over a 50% retracement for each leg up, you're limping your way home there, Bubba. So we're seeing strength in Apple, and as a big aspect of that, of course, I'm going to get back over to JP Morgan, moving away from PET, that holding company that seems awfully fishy as to have something to do with Ryan Cohen after he has a bunch of money he just made on a profit for Bed Bath & Beyond sale. Curious. They just got a cash infusion of 40% on the day, isn't that? Or 33.53 as of right now. And we are ranging out at 415, and you have yourself your level for the day. All right, I need a break. People. I think what I'll do is I need to get some food in my stomach. We're just coming up on lunchtime right now. I'm gonna leave. All right, so right now we have top left is SPY, middle is QQQs, left is Apple. We have JP Morgan bottom left, and then APE in the middle, AMC on the right. I expect when I get back to see some boom boom candles on those babies. I really do. I think this particular retracement down to 7 for APE and AMC is short-lived. It is very short-lived, and I am looking forward to that. But yeah, I got to get a bite. I got to head out and grab something to eat, people. So enjoy those charts. Go ahead and load up with any question. Golden 100 AMC. Thanks for sticking around. Yep. That's what we're doing at 11K when we're measuring these levels. Anybody who tells you that levels don't have significance when you're scalping and you're day trading is out the goddamn mind. Because the truth is, what we're looking at right now is how the algorithms think, but they're doing it at nanosecond speeds and really fast. So that's why we spend time with TA. And why we identify these levels is because we're trying to follow the thing that's trading this market at so much height, which is 90% high frequency trading. You hold on, yeah, we'll see what's going to happen with it, Oscar. Well, and, you know, not financial advice, especially in this sense, my brother. Like, you got to know that AMC and APE shares are a wild card. I want everybody to be profitable from the information they get from this channel. So there's actually a reason that I didn't, you know, Oscar, I told you, but for other people that didn't know, like, I didn't start this channel for the last year because I didn't want to make an entire channel based on talking about AMC for a year. I don't think that's fundamentally what I am as a trader or an economics guy, or just, you know, like what I've learned at all through my 22 years of experience is not to. I'm a diversified type of cat, you know, and I'm the type of guy who will flip flop with the market when it needs to. I'll be bullish when we need to be bullish. I'll be bearish when we need to be bearish. Buying and holding is cool. So, like, when I say that to you, just understand that this experiment, and I'm buying and holding with AMC and APE too, but this is an experiment. I'm not really doing this for profit. And if I was doing this to make great trades or great profit, I'd just sell right now and start doing some of the other stuff that we're doing. Honestly, if it's that kind of thing, if it's important to you, then I'd get into the grind of this day trading and get away from some of this kind of mean stuff because it's so heavily influenced. But we are, by the way, just seeing that comeback from AMC right now. We're seeing that little boom boom candle I told you guys we're about to get. You know, so that's really good news. And we're seeing things range out on the SPY. And I'm seeing some comments rolling in and stuff. So I'm going to make sure I answer this before I go get something to eat. I want to learn this. I did not know how to use the tool well yet. Yeah, which tool is that you're talking about, 11K? We'll go over the tool every day. We'll live stream it every day. We'll make sure everybody can learn it. Because if one person's asking the question, that means there are probably thousands of people out there that have that question. So every question to me, I'm going to take it like that. It's not just one person asking. It's everybody asking. And let's try to get some answers. All right. You called the boom boom candle on AMC too. They are coming. Hey, that's what I'm here to do, babies. Babies and people's. Babies isn't good. No, that's block rock and stock doctors. That's what I should be saying. Gotta work on my slang. Yep, that's identifying those levels, right? Knowing your volume profiles and everything like that. And we're here to learn together, right? Because I'm not always going to be right, but we're going to establish levels, understand risk management. That's our key to not having to be correct every freaking time, right? Understanding our risk management and knowing when our pocket aces are there and playing our levels. So yeah, that's it. My butt's burning. I gotta get some food, man. I'm so sorry to leave you guys right now in this stream. I really am. Everybody's asking questions is exactly what I want. But at least I think we've got enough examples of what we're trying to do here and what we're trying to do with every morning, each day. So keep on block rocking, show stopping, doctors, and we'll catch you really, really soon. Like, give me 30 minutes max. Go ahead and leave it running in the background if you got nothing else to do. It helps with my views, helps me get up to monetization. But I don't want to waste your time, which is very valuable, so don't you worry. Come on back next time. See me anytime if you have to go. All right, keep on block rocking, show stopping. I'm going to double check questions before I go. MACD. I don't do MACD. It's a little slow. The bands for levels, I do like Bollinger Bands. I've even got a song about them. It's called, Who's the Man with the Master Plan? It's the man with the Bollinger Bands. I think Bollinger Bands are a little too difficult on this chart layout where we got 6 up. But when I start getting into some individuals, like serious deep dive TAs, I'll probably bring up one individual chart, and we'll probably have the Bollinger Bands on them. I love the Bollinger Bands. And right now what you see for bands is like VWAP bands. I think those are fantastic too. I was working, but heard everything you said. Rock on, Ape Logic. Rock on, my man. I'll leave it on. I have class. My man. All right, you guys kick ass, really. I appreciate y'all. I will go over the MACD a little bit more, but to me, it's super laggy indicator. I'd rather just stare at volume all day, to be honest. All right, humans, going to get some food. We'll be back in a bit. And here we go with the microphone check. Mama microphone checker. Welcoming me back to the stream, beautiful people. Thanks for having me here. All right, what y'all doing? What y'all talking about? Oh, look at, we've had another fantastic swing on SPY. Did you guys take advantage of that? Let's double check the range on that. Okay, top left. Range on the SPY went just now. We're gonna call that the 12 o'clock mark. So that was like right when I got up out of the seat. It was like just after I got out of the seat. It dropped down and it hit 415.74 and ranged down to the lower band of VWAP. Very, very strong support at 414.90. All right. Well, okay. So it's one of the first times I'm going to bring up an options chart on this stream, but let's go ahead and bring up that options chart. And I want us to analyze that so you can get a little bit of some live action understanding of what the SPY price action may actually mean to your options play. So here we have the most we can get is the 1 minute chart. Probably puts my melon right in the way, right? Yeah, let's just, oops. Just move me out of the way here. Whoa! All right, so we've got the SPY up right there. And bring up the options chain. We're just look at whatever the most recent expiration is. To get a comparison, and we just want to compare this swing here. Ooh, Active Trader Pro didn't really like that much. It's a lot of data. It's a lot of data, that's why. Okay, let's bounce over to the other chart real quick, just so I can set up the layout on this one here. We'll bring up that play margin account when we analyze this. All right, we're just going to bring up on a chart. Let's go ahead and bring that back over. There. We've got our test account. Everything's good, and we're going to look at that most recent in the money put as of that time. It's taking a little while to get this set up here, but you'll see what I'm getting to. You'll see the method behind my madness here in a little bit. So really quick, you can just bring this up, compare it to the SPY. And actually, it looks like in this particular case with this charting method, it's going to be a little bit easier for us to do this on the inverse. All right, so you bring up compare, and you go ahead and take that whole option. See that whole option? That's the ticker for that particular option. What did they make sure they got it right? No, they did not get that right. Right, without. No, that was it. All right. That doesn't give us good. Can dual access get it to us? There you go. All right. All right. All right. All right. So when we saw that price action, let me make sure this is correct before I speak out of school. All right, got it. Okay, so the way that we can measure this is from the left-hand side, where you can see where that would have been a significant price action move right there. Okay, so essentially we're talking about $72 all the way up, with 72 cents up to 103. We're gonna say 103-ish on that move, and then even more on the second ladder of that. So yeah, that swing is very playable. That swing, I think I've been a little bit underestimating the IV on this chain right now, to be honest, because yeah, that is very tradable. That's a very tradable swing. These are a lot of very tradable swings you can see here. See how it works in inverse, obviously, because we're looking at a put. And the blue line is the put. That's the value. Differences, but we've seen this thing, and the value of the blue line is listed on the left-hand side here. I don't know if it's easier if we just blow this whole thing up for you. Unfortunately, that's got a little too much like pre-market action in it for me. So we'll go over to the settings and we'll just get off the extended hours, right? And now we're just looking at today. That cleans us up. We get a little bit more clearer picture of what we're looking at. So obviously at the low of the day, around 11 o'clock, was the height of the day of this options price. Huge fluctuation. Look at that. It went from 150 all the way down to now tapping 70. And it's currently at 81 or 79. Like, that is... there's some price swings, right? So this is how you can learn from options how they can make and break you in any given day, right? Because this option started the day at 68, and you're like, oh, it's going down. All right. So this is great. If you were able to hold out to the bottom of this market, you rode this baby up, and you doubled, and you're like, wow, I'm the most amazing trader on the planet. You know, like skip Warren Buffett, like. This is stock Dr. Buffett. And then you can just kind of like lose it all in the same amount of time on the other side, any given day, right? So the risk in options is tremendous. The reward is good if you can stay on the right side of the trade, right? And what we're doing when we're trying to identify levels is give you an opportunity to jump on in to some of these things at your own discretion, and understanding the level when you do so. Not my job to tell you how to trade, how to invest, or what to do with your portfolio, but I am here to help you, and I can educate you with no problems at all. It's one of my favorite things to do. And like I said, I'll be learning right along with you. I have so many more things I have to do to get better at just discussing and DJing the stock market for everybody. And for me, I'm having a blast. I think it's wonderful. Just to always let me know what else I can do to add to the content, to improve on your experience, and make sure that whenever you think to your friends about, like, oh, you should check out this guy. He really talks to you for real. He really connects with you, and he's actually really there to help you learn about trading, and he's not trying to sell you anything. If that's the takeaway you all get from this channel, I'll be thrilled. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, look at Desktop Ticker's got a little advertisement in there. Didn't know they did that. It's all good with me. I am psyched about having that ticker in here. Nice. See how it works, and anytime I want, you just jump in and grab that article. We can pop it up, bring it over to the browser, and just It's everything I wanted for my stream. All right, so a lot of people get intimidated when they look at this. That's because it is intimidating. But just like the first time you ever drive a car, you didn't know where the gas and the clutch was, and then start over time getting to know where everything is, it gets easier, and you start to actually realize that you appreciate the added information, the overdoing of information. Like that starts to not be such a burden anymore. It actually starts to benefit you. And everything is all just about practice, training, and you don't need to lose money to learn how to trade the markets. We are trading paper trading accounts here, and the point of that is for everybody to learn how to do that, while I'm learning how to do live action trading on a stream without having that same effect on my portfolio either. You know, because I'm usually a very stoic, sit there and stare and wait and have like crazy patience. And there's nothing about running a live stream that's going to be exciting watching that, right? So in order to connect with you and to expand our conversation, I'm going to have to get away from trading when I'm DJing the stocks to you. But what I can do at minimum is paper trade with y'all, because that way we're all learning, you know? Okay, now we're coming into that time of the day. Let's pop over to Webull and discuss this. Yep, we got the swings, we got our range. You can see we're in the lower band range of the VWAP bands on Webull, and they're becoming pretty significant and reliable scalp trades. So we got scalping today. To me, that means we'll most likely have scalping into the afternoon, and then power hour will have something that'll break it off in the direction it was meant to go all along. And I will be back for power hour. So rock on, beautiful people. Power hour is roughly what, 3 hours and 20 minutes away, so don't worry, I'll miss you, but I'll be back. All right, and we're gonna go over power hour. Gonna be my first live stream, power hour, and into the after hour market, and I hope it goes well. All right, humans, talk to you soon. Keep on block rocking, show stopping. Hope nobody's clocking except that green in your portfolio.